So Diego and then Rudolf, you mentioned concerns around terrorist financing. So on that note, are NFTs subject to federal anti-money laundering laws? And indeed, if they are, what are their obligations?
So there is the Financial Action Task Force guidance, and that basically imposes a soft requirement on jurisdictions to put in place regimes. And I say soft because essentially people are asked to do it, and if they don't, then they get reported against, and the FATF basically says you're not compliant jurisdiction, you're not following our rules, and so jurisdictions are under pressure to put in place these rules. This is where the dreaded travel rule comes in, and that people have been discussing. But also this is where the registration requirement for virtual asset service providers comes in, which is effectively translate into money laundering registration requirements for crypto asset services providers in the EU, in the UK, and in many other jurisdictions. So as I was saying, the test here and the FATF definition is a little bit broader than what we expect on the securities definitions. And what they look at is essentially in the UK is the question around value or contractual rights. And if that test is met, then there is a registration requirement. However, in the UK, there is a very benign territorial scope analysis, which is slightly different to the analysis that Rudolf was explaining, where you look at where is the investor. In the UK, the territorial scope analysis for crypto asset services providers is basically whether the crypto asset service provider either has operations, physical operations in the UK, that means that staff and decision making is in the UK, or whether they hold themselves out as being in the UK. So if they say, well, we are a UK company, even if they're not, then that is triggered. And so I think it is relatively easy at the moment to avoid the UK regulatory framework simply by not having a presence here, because approaching customers does not trigger the regime in the UK.